All right, guys, I've got Coach Rob Keefe here, the hottest coach in all of IFL, coming off of 2 championships. He was the defensive coordinator there in Northern Arizona in 22, the head coach, co-head coach this past year with Bay Area as they won it in 23. And here he has himself in 24 in prime position to grab that 1 seed. Coach, for those of you who do not know you, you had massive success in the AFL, massive success in the IFL. Tell the audience your story.
Well, yeah, been very fortunate to be around a lot of good people, and appreciate you having me on. I mean, another good person in yourself, just people that have worked really, really hard, and I've been very fortunate to be a part of great organizations. So, 7 total championships in professional football, 2 in the indoor football league, 2 in the Arena 2, and 3 in the AFL, and experienced championships as a player, championships as an assistant coach, championships as a head coach, and now a head coach again. And really, again, grateful for great ownership, great players, great staff. And I've seen a lot of success, but definitely have learned the process of winning, and very fortunate. And so at 43 years old now, coaching, I was the youngest head coach ever to win a professional football championship in any league at 29 years old, and been doing it for about the last 15 years. And a lot of good people have helped me along the way, and very grateful for it.
Well, impressive, Coach. I know energy is one of your major assets that you bring to the table. It's fun watching you coach. Appreciate having you on here. You're the defending champs. A win this weekend and a loss by Vegas locks up the number 1 seed. Where would you compare this year's team to last year's team at this time?
Well, I think this year's team, our culture is set, right? We are building the culture. Our coaching staff, our ownership, our players, we were building the culture last year. Now this is pretty much year 2 for us as a staff, and we really believe the culture is set. So I think that is a huge positive in terms of the way we work together, the kind of philosophies that we believe in. Just everything from how the organization acts behind the scenes. I mean, we are really building this thing. And as you can see, just a backdrop behind me, all the professionalism that is starting. Logistics to how your organization operates both on and off the field helps everybody in a positive way. And so we really feel great in the position that we're in. Our players are playing so hard. Our staff is working really hard. But I think just overall, as a whole, from top down ownership to internships, we were doing such a great job, and everybody has bought in. So really happy that is happening. And I think that's a big reason why you see the success and you see the 11-2 record.
So you've got Northern Arizona coming your way this weekend. You coached with Les Moss multiple years. You won championships with him. What's it like coaching against him?
Well, me and Coach Moss, we go back a ways. Coach Moss was, first off, he's an amazing head coach. He's an amazing coach, a career coach. In 2006, when I was trying out for the AFL, he actually worked me out in 2006. I mean, that's how long ago we go back. He knew me as a player. And, here we are, almost 20 years later, we coached together, we won championships together, we battled together, and we battled against each other. And when we had an opportunity to work together, I called him and said, "Hey, Coach, I'd really love to work with you." And he's turned into a mentor of such for me. A lot of high energy for me. And sometimes as a young coach, you have to learn how to be professional, where you might learn the schematics and you might know how to recruit, but just kind of the ins and outs of being a professional head coach. Coach Moss has really helped me with that. And then now, after winning a championship 2 years ago in Northern Arizona, we find ourselves on the other side of the sidelines, battling each other, but nothing but respect. I completely love him as a person. Have nothing but honor and respect for him, and a lot of admiration. And he's an amazing coach, and it's going to be a great battle this week. I know they're fighting for that 4th playoff seed, but the Western Conference is such a battle. He wins a couple games, he might get the 2 seed. I mean, you just never know what's going to go over here in the Western Conference. So we're always going to get everybody's best, and he's going to have his team ready.
So that game is Sunday afternoon, 5 o'clock Central Time there in Bay Area. You kind of walked yourself into my next question. You've been around the block and then some. Have you ever seen competition like you've seen it in the Western Conference this year?
No, I haven't. And that's why I love the indoor football league. I love the parity. I love just how everybody really is beating up on each other. I mean, look, I love competition. I think any great competitor will tell you that. It's a joy to compete. I really feel that. First off, it's a privilege, right, to be a coach. It's a privilege to be a football player because not everybody can do it. And when you have the ability to play against high-level opponents like we do every week. I mean, Vegas and Arizona and San Diego and Northern Arizona and San Antonio, and the list goes on and on. I mean, we really are fighting every single week, and we're battle-tested. I think every team's battle-tested. So, I mean, flip a coin in terms of who's going to win these games. And so we got to be on our A game, but I really do enjoy it. And I think it's great for the fans. I think it's great for the league. I think it, allows there to be a great product when there's such a high level of competition. And we know that week in, week out, anybody is capable of beating anyone. And that's a mark of a true league. And that's a mark of a league that's getting more professional by the minute.
Well, Coach, appreciate that. Last question for you. So you were in the big game last year, actually the last 2 years. You're fighting to get your team back in it this year. Tell the audience why they need to make plans to get to that big game this year, August 17th.
Well, I think it's amazing that it's a destination city, right? I mean, I think Vegas is an amazing spot to host a championship game in. And then there's a buzz, right? Vegas is one of those places that has such great energy. And now that there's a bye week before the championship game, we have plenty of time to prepare as fans, to prepare as an organization, even as whether you're a fan of whatever team makes it, just an indoor football league fan to prepare to be at that game. So it's going to be two high-level competitors, obviously the best from the West, the best from the East. It's always going to be a great game. And we really want to see that thing packed out. It was a great experience last year for me. It was a great experience last year or 2 years ago for me as well. And for our players or for our staff, I mean, it's such an unbelievable event. You guys in the indoor football league and the front office and all the ownership groups do such a great job. Great media day and great, obviously the award ceremony. I mean, it's a really great time. And so, we want everybody to be there. We want to pack that thing out. And as this league grows and gets better and better, it's only going to make for a better product. So the more fans, the merrier. And again, I think it's a high level of competition. I really do. These guys are the 1% of the 1%. I tell guys and I tell people, I tell fans and I tell, when I'm on interviews that if you add up all the professional sports leagues that are playing football, around the world, there's only about 5,000 professional football players. I mean, out of 400 million people in America, this is the 1% of the 1%. So it's a great product. And, obviously when you talk about the big game in the Indoor Football League Championship, it's only going to be the best of the best. So that's a game you definitely want to go to, and you definitely want to see it in person because it's great live action.
IFLNationalChampionship.com. You guys can get your tickets there, live there. Buy your ticket, get there, see if you're going to see Rob Keefe chase down his 8th championship. He's got his team in prime position. A lot can play out, including this weekend, 5 o'clock kickoff there in Bay Area, take on Northern Arizona. Coach Rob Keefe, always a treat to talk to you. Good luck to you this weekend.
Awesome, Todd. Thanks so much for having me on, and go Panthers, and thanks for everybody that's watching this and supporting the IFL.